Hi, and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday.
His name's Ruben and I'm Kay. Dude.
Last name Simpson, first name Bart.
Yeah.
Last name Simpson, first name Bart.
Today we are reviewing a Netflix original Korean TV series called...
Move to Heaven.
Yeah, I'm making you do some work.
You gotta warn me of these pauses.
You gotta be like this, man.
Okay.
Alright, non-spoiler review, but we're very excited to talk about this, so let's jump straight into it.
Working as trauma cleaners, father and son uncover various stories of the deceased while experiencing different emotions and sentiments towards life, death, and family.
Emotion and good storytelling can transcend culture.
Absolutely.
And this is a prime example of a TV series that does just that. It does a lot right, but I'm going to let you talk first.
Okay, so I thought this series was beautifully shot. It feels like it's been sensitively put together, like it's honouring. Like there's this depth of respect in the way that it's filmed, and not just because of that's how some of the characters portray themselves, but the actual story itself seems to be carefully handled, and I really appreciated that. It feels like every shot has been thought through, and yeah, I just really was super surprised to get so quickly invested in it. Just like you were watching it on your phone while I was cooking, and I was like, whoa, like, hang on a minute. I'm like stirring and reading subtitles at the same time because it was just so riveting.
There's been a lot of Korean TV series on Netflix, and ones that Netflix have helped to establish and bring over to the UK and around the world. It also kind of their original series. This is a Netflix original series, but it would be fine if you went into a Korean series thinking that it's going to be another one of those kind of soap series. There's a lot of those. This isn't that, and I'm happy to say this isn't that. That's not that those don't have their places. I love a few of the Korean soaps, the drama dramas that you get. There's like 400 episodes. They each an hour and a half long, and you just can like settle in for the next 2 weeks. You're sick, you've got a cold, and like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this. That's the type of thing you expect to watch that can just like you can just let wash over you. But you do have to read because I don't speak Korean. So,
Yeah, no.
This, however, is totally different. All you have to do is watch the first episode to emotionally feel the gut punches that it's going to give you in the first episode. And then the story is going to open up. So not only do we have three main protagonists, we have a 20-year-old kid. And I say kid because he has Asperger's syndrome. And I think it's very well done in showing exactly what that looks like. We know a little bit about that in our life. I don't really want to bring that person into this review because he won't like that, but we have some understanding of that, and I thought they did it very well. And so you take that aspect, then you take the knowledge of what that brings, because some people that are on the spectrum can really look at a scene, and we get this whole other different version of how a person would look at a scene of what they do. So they trauma
cleaners.
They trauma cleaners. They go into a room after a person's died, and they take all their belongings. Instead of just doing that, this team goes and looks after the belongings and kind of dissects of what was on the mind of the person that died and tries to give some closure to the family. And that's what makes this story really unique. And I think that's one of the best things about this series is that it's so unique. It's so different, and it's so unusual to find something that is really different in this day and age. If you go and study media or film studies, your university students and your teachers, they'll sell you on the thing that there is only 7 main arc stories, and you'll only ever get 7 main arcs, and you get variations of that. But every once in a while, you'll come across something like, yeah, but where does this fit in the 7? Because this is actually really different. And that's what I felt about this. It felt fresh, but it's also very well put together. Like you said, with the cinematography, some beautiful shots, emotionally investing with your characters.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just stick to every episode is going to be about a murder or about someone that has died. It doesn't just stick to that. There is other things going on along the way, without doing spoilers, with the characters, fleshing out the backstory. So by the time you hit that kind of middle mark, you're like, I'm totally invested, as if you weren't already invested in the first episode. You're like, gosh darn it, what's going to happen? And I will say, this is emotionally investing. There'll be times you'll be like, all right, guys, it's getting dusty in here, man. So,
there was
some cleaning.
There was a moment where I was like, I don't want to watch this. That's hurting. I don't want to watch this.
But it's incredibly performed. And this is why I said emotion and good storytelling can transcend culture. Because I know a lot of people watch or avoid watching stuff that's from, not from their home country. So wherever you're from, if you're used to watching in English and you see something that's Chinese or Korean or from Holland, the Dutch, then you're like,
say it like that?
because it's from Austin Powers. There's two
Oh, right.
things I hate: intolerance of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
Yeah, which is a ridiculous.
Which is a ridiculous saying, but yeah. But how about giving something a chance?
Yeah.
Definitely watch it with the subtitles because it gives it so much more context.
Absolutely.
So much more weight because you get those original inflections from the voice. Even if, when somebody's sad, you can hear it in the tone that their actors do that, voice actors, but I don't think it comes
not the
across the
same.
same. And
It's not the
sometimes
same.
they use actors like American actors for Korean people, and that doesn't work at
Oh.
all. That's just horrible. You need at least from the same continent, right? It just
Yeah.
doesn't work otherwise.
Yeah.
So watch it. It's definitely one I'm going to put on there. I actually think it's an A+. I think it's that good.
It is really good. Really good.
Anything else you want to say about this?
I'm thoroughly enjoyed it, but I don't know that enjoy is the right word.
I think I enjoyed it. I think, every now and again you need something that has a little bit more substance, a little bit more weight to it, and you enjoy it because of the storytelling, and if it emotionally invests you, then it's doing something that a lot of times you don't even get in real life these days. Like, what invests you emotionally in your own life as much as a story like this? And sometimes when you're locked down in COVID and you're not getting out anywhere, we're living our lives precariously through these stories. And these,
Vicarious?
yes, vicariously, not precariously,
Yeah.
on an edge vicariously,
Yeah.
through stories that will wake you up and you'll be like, oh, I still am human. I've got emotions, man. Yeah.
I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy. Sounds like Mickey Mouse. Howdy hi. Yeah,
We should stop now.
yeah, we should stop now.
Okay.
All right, so put this on your list. Let us know what you thought about this, and what is your favorite Korean series. There was one that was supernatural, that was fantastic and scary, and I loved that, but this will be a close second, I think. Thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.
So glad the battery didn't die, because it's been flashing
I
like
know,
that
for
whole time.
ages.